want to show you guys.
What's that?
Duh, it's a milk bottle.
Actually, it's a time capsule.
You put something in it, then you dig it up years later when you're old. We should put something in it, like something we want to do before we grow up.
Then, in 8 years, we'll come back here together and dig it up to see if we've done it.
This thing's got an expiration date and needs to be opened.
Time capsule.
Oh, come on. This is crazy.
Once upon a time, we used to be best friends. Now we're about to graduate, move on, and probably never see each other again. We're each gonna take a turn and see what we wrote down. And if we haven't done it by now, I say we just go for it and do it.
I'm in.
I'm in. All right, I'm in.
All right. We're each gonna take a turn.
Says he wants to fly like Superman.
They had no idea what they were about to get into. It's amazing what 8 years can do. You think you've got a pretty good grasp on who you are, but life has a weird way of flipping on you. For Margot, it's the way she looks, or the way she thinks she looks, or the way she thinks other people think she looks. You see, we all handle the flip differently. Some fight it, some embrace it, and some just bury it deep down where it can hopefully be forgotten.
That's gonna work out just fine. Yeah, absolutely. Yep. Hey, could you go check on Devin, make sure everything's copacetic?
And for Devin,
Right.
the life that once was became an unfortunate casualty.
Robert.
Devin, how's the homework? Devin.
Don't worry, Gary. Everything's all copacetic.
I mean, growing up is hard on its own, right? Life flipped on Tim in the 7th grade when his folks split, and no one saw it coming. Especially Tim.
He ran right past you. Get on your horse, son!
But you know, it was time.
Green 17!
Let's do this.
Hot!
So where do we sign up?
Yo, 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 it's time to train. Say, skydiving, 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 skydiving. Yeah, all right. Rap. So, all 4 of you here for skydiving, right? Okay, just you. Well, welcome. My name is Jake, and we've got a couple things that we need to go over. Ever done it before? Nope. Good. So you got me. Tandem.
Jake, sorry to disturb you here, but just go over the rules. You know you're not allowed to jump anymore.
All right. Which one of you guys is Tim?
That guy.
All right, man. I'm taking you skydiving.
Tim.
You excited?
Yes, sir.
All right, man. So, did you learn a lot from our man Jake upstairs?
Oh, yes, sir.
Yeah, he's kind of crazy, huh? I'm gonna pull this on. You're gonna put it on just like a backpack, all right?
All right.
Cool.
All right, man. This is your altimeter. Every 5 to 7 seconds, I want you looking at it when we're in free fall, okay?
All right.
We're on the ground right now, so it's at 0. When we climb up in the plane, it's gonna rotate all the way around to 14,000 feet, all right?
Well, 14,000, how?
That's right, man. 2.6 miles straight up that way. Dude, you got this. Parachute will pop out about half the time, all right?
Okay.
Just kidding. It works more than that, all right? Whoa. Get a little bumpy.
Where is he?
I don't know.
There he is.
That's him.
That's
That's Tim.
Tim! Tim!
I thought you couldn't do it and you did it. How was that? Oh my God.
Yeah.
What, yeah? There we were, 10 years old again. The walls we built up over the last 8 years were starting to crack. Taking huge risks, they usually don't pay off, but you know what? Sometimes they do.
Broken relationships, they seem to be all around us. Tim's story, unfortunately, seems to be the norm these days. Divorce. And it's hard to understand how to take those things, but we in ourselves create broken relationships with friends. We have drama at school, sibling rivalries. And all of those broken relationships have an effect on us, and what we do with them really matters. Not just for the moment, but how we decide to move forward in the future. If you're in a place where you are in a broken relationship with friends or siblings or parents, my hope is that through this time you're going to experience not just healing, but have real opportunities to see God restore those relationships. In the Bible, Jacob and Esau were brothers, and they both had a path that they were supposed to be on. There were some bad decisions made, and because of that, it created a rift in their brotherhood. And for years and years, it affected them both differently. What we find is that Esau got angry, and he held a grudge, and because he was angry, he piled on the poor decision at the front end that caused the rift. And what ended up happening is it snowballed. And we do the same thing. We have a tendency, if we're angry at our parents and say we run away, we use our anger to fuel more bad decisions. Or maybe it's a rift between friends at school, and because we're upset or hurt, we compound it. Maybe we're going to get back at our ex, or we're going to show them that they should have not done that to us, and we compound the problem by making poorer decisions. Jacob and Esau were no different. In fact, at the point when they were going to come back together and meet one another, Jacob for years never forgot Esau's promise to kill him. And because of that, it fueled his decisions. He went certain places and did certain things to avoid having to deal with the issue. And so as Jacob was preparing to meet his brother, it says this in Genesis 32, when the messengers returned to tell Jacob Esau was still coming, it says, in great fear and distress, Jacob divided the people into two groups, and he sent them on in great fear and distress because he'd been thinking about it year after year after year. His expectation was that the rift was still there, that Esau was going to kill him, and there was no reconciliation. We do the same thing. If we're angry at a friend, we play it out in our mind, don't we? We play it out. I wonder what's going to happen. I wonder if they're still mad. So if they're going to be mad, I'm going to go do this. And we keep the rift going. And it says later, that instead of Esau coming angry, it says that Esau ran to meet Jacob and he embraced him. I would imagine at that moment that Jacob had mixed feelings. Maybe he didn't trust that it was going to be okay. Maybe he didn't trust that the rift was over. Maybe Esau was tricking him. See, trust is a difficult thing when there's broken relationships in our lives. Whether you've made the decision or a friend's made the decision and the broken relationship occurred, we don't trust that it's going to be okay. We have a hard time with that. You know, what Jacob didn't know is that God was working in the background. See, God is always working in the background because he desires reconciliation. He desires to restore your relationships with one another. And though we work really hard to break them because we're selfish and prideful, God always wants restoration. He always wants that reconciliation with you and those who are broken. You know, in the New Testament, it talks about this ministry of reconciliation. And I want you to hear what it says in 2 Corinthians. He says that one died for all, and he died for all, that those who live should no longer live for themselves, but for him who died for them and was raised again. They're talking about Jesus. And he says, all this is from God who reconciled us to himself through Christ and gave us the ministry of reconciliation. So what happens is that because God loved us and pursued us, see, the greatest broken relationship is our relationship with God, the Father. And what we need to remember is that God pursued us in love because he wasn't willing to be separated from us. So through Jesus, we could be reconciled to him. We could be restored to him, that broken relationship mended and healed. And he wants the same thing for you. And it says he gives us that ministry of reconciliation, not counting men's sins against them. You know, I don't know who your broken relationship was with. It might be a brother like Jacob and Esau. It might be a parent due to poor decisions. It might be a friend. But I do know this, that today, God wants you to start healing and being restored in those relationships. And they say that time heals all wounds. And I'm here to tell you that's just not true. Time alone does not heal all wounds. But tacos do, not like the kind you eat. But I want you to remember it like this. Time is needed. Jacob and Esau needed time. Active forgiveness. There's a difference between saying, I forgive you, and making decisions to show that you have forgiven another person. And it takes consistent change. Whether you're the one who has wronged or you are the one who has been wronged, it's important that consistent change, new behaviors take form to show forgiveness or to receive forgiveness. We have to have consistent change. And the last thing is owning your faults. One of the greatest things to fix and heal and mend broken relationships is laying aside your pride and owning your part. That goes a long way into helping other people know that it's going to be different. And that's what happened. Jacob had to own his stuff. Instead of pacify Esau, he had to own what went on, and they fixed it, and they were able to move forward. And every decision after that reconciliation was different than it was before the brokenness happened. As you head into small groups and as you head into the time of discussion, make sure that you think about, in your life, who needs your forgiveness? Or who do you need to run to and ask for forgiveness? Don't let your broken relationships keep you broken. It's God who heals all of those hurts.